somebody is playing games. I see Trump rise, several eyebrows with a double negative, they say, a double negative, with a recent statement in saying he's taking. They were saying that he made a statement and he raised their eyebrows, several eyebrows. I bet you they were deeming Democrats. You know what I'm saying? And Republicans that were deeming Democrats, but on the Republicans side, talking about the crossing party lies. They've been doing that for years. You know what I'm saying? Sabotaging both sides. You know what I'm saying? But they were saying he was taking aim at the election fraud claims. You know what I'm saying? Well, he has a right to his claims. You know what I'm saying? For right claims. I don't care when it comes to the election. Well, like I said, he has a right. He has a claim, and the claim is right. That's a fact and point blank. Now, they're saying the statement that Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, Trumpy Bear, I guess Trumpy Bear, you know what I mean? He said, I guess Trump said, I guess in a media or the email or whatever, who gives them, you know what I'm saying? But he said anybody that doesn't think, you know, what he said? Anyone that doesn't think, I forgot how he put that. He said something about, oh, I think that's what he said. He said, anyone that wasn't, that thinks there wasn't massive election fraud, that's what he said, in the 2020 presidential election is either very stupid or very corrupt. Alleged, he said that, as we see, very corrupt, you know. So, very corrupt is what he's saying. Look, let's get this straight, demons. Let's get this straight right here, right now. Trump is Trump. Trump, we are not Trump. Trump is Trump. We are we. You know what I'm saying? He is an elected president. Let's put it that way. He was elected a president, you know, elected by the votes. His claim is his claim. But what we are talking about is the blue tape. We are looking at the blue tape that needs to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, you cheat, that cheat is a cheat. No matter how you turn it or not. Let's be honest with it. Whether you see it your way or not, we don't care. We want a fair election. A fair election, not a both-sided games. You know what I'm saying? Not a underhand trick, not a border trick. You know what I'm saying? Especially them that have been there, that have been, matter of fact, I put it, those that have been here and think, you know, they were forgotten. And the connection, and they sit there for years and marinate to where everybody think they're a normal American, and they weave their way into our government because they signed them contracts with the devil. So, you know what I'm saying? We see the connection. We need the people to be a part. No more electoral college. And if it remains, the popular vote must hold the same power and be the last decision. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And if Trump said there was, you know what I'm saying, election fraud, if Trump said there was election fraud, or Trump said anything to do with that, he has a right to do so. I'm going to say it again. And if he said it, I agree with it. Because you did cheat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You did cheat. Not only for Trump are we saying this, but the not just for Trump. Let's get that straight. Because everybody thinks that everybody riding Trump. Nobody riding Trump. Trump is Trump and he has his claim and I agree with it. You did cheat. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, for the people, you know what I'm saying, not for Trump, but the people, but for the people and by the people who are the true United States citizens born and raised here, not just race. We got to cut that shit out. Not just race, but the people who stand for what our parents believed in, stand for, they actually believed in and stand for and died for. You know what I'm saying? The power of human beings. Now, for a long time, for a long time, have been, I should put, sliding under our feet. You know what I'm saying? To be pushed down. To mere dust. To be for the taking. You know? But this is not what the nation stands for. You see? So we have inside terrorism calling outside terrorism when they are no more than an inside terrorism moving in complete lawmaking and sneaky tricks behind the walls of government and using our law forces and laws against us, and even now borrowing our money and want to get money from the federal level to ramp up their onslaught on the people. But they don't, but those among us, you know what I'm saying? And they are among us calling themselves lawmaker. You know what I'm saying? But this is not what our nation stands for. But there are those who use, there's those among us who use this government to do what they want to do to people. There's those among you who play lawmakers, but not, and can be a old mole from outside, but inside. You know what I'm saying? But inside, even driving, when we look at the elections, we want to see a fair election. Is what we're talking about. You know, you cheated to see you're behind. You cheated. And to me, you have always cheated the election and corrupted in many ways from one side to the next. Let's get that straight. From one side to the next. So you're not fooling anyone. You see what I'm saying? From one side to the next. But you cheated to maintain your grip and you sold us out. Point back. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? And we look at the Senate as who is, you know what I'm saying, in there right now and making these laws to where we're looking at the Senate. You know what I'm saying? Passing bills but high taxes on the people. You're passing these bills and these senators and these 19 Republicans deciding with the Democrat, but it's going to cause high taxes and inflation on the people that need not be. Like Jim Jordan said, we see the garbage that has been played, but didn't no good, really. Did no good. Many still got it in. No one elected Fauci. He's a bum. No one elected Fauci, and he needs to be kicked out and fired because after he done did the dirt, he did and got all these people in. Now we know how, when we look at certain documentaries, how the people always getting sick. Now we know why. So how is he still there? 47 years. no change is the reason. 47 years of no change is the reason. For this is 47 years of the same party and sabotage. To say, just to stay, I should say, and to say, just to stay in power. You know what I'm saying? Same party, demon Democrats. Even when Fauci got fired, Biden hired him right back. Biden is a demon Democrat, a Luciferian, and a fraternal order group. You know what I'm saying? Same party. We got to change that because, you know what I'm saying, Fauci has got to go. When we look at it, Fauci has got to go. So we have to look at that situation. He has to beat it, like Michael. I shouldn't say that, but he needs to beat it. You know what I'm saying? He's got to go. Even when the world was first faced with COVID-19, and they knew it was a fake, a fake move, if you ask me. No one was safe until COVID pulled that bullshit. So he was along with the plan. That is why he continuously was hammering at Trump. Same with Fauci. Fauci set it up. You know what I'm saying? Trump, he set up Trump to me. He set it up. He set Trump up. You know what I'm saying? Up and force his hand. You know what I'm saying? And force his hand. Notice the move. Put Trump in a bad light right as the presidential elections was about to get on the way. As we see. Right as the elections was about to get on the way, they drop it on Trump. You know what I'm saying? And that's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? Trump won, to me, fair and square. That's a fact of point blank, but they can say what they want to say. But to me, Trump won fair and square. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how they try to say, you know what I'm saying, it was a fair election. Fair my behind. COVID was used in many ways. One was to steal, cheat, and fraud the electoral process and the election process right down to the electoral college. The same as what happened with Gavin cheating in LA, Los Angeles, California. But if you recall how Fauci and Cuomo ran the setup, you know what I'm saying, along with Bill Gates and every other Luciferian group that's involved, you know what I'm saying, ran the setup, and Fauci knew that Trump wanted to hold on to the re-election, that he would have no choice and be pushed into the election. That's when Trump, with choosing a group and coming up with, I think, with what we call warp speed. That's what it was. Trump created the warp speed and said Fauci bullshit virus game was on. That's why Fauci was steady looking at Trump when he's up there at the podium. He was steady looking at Trump, like saying, come on, sign this, because all the plans was ready and ripe, like an apple, ripe apple to go. You know what I'm saying? That's why he kept looking at Trump, like to say, come on, sign it. You know what I'm saying? Cuomo knew, and if Cuomo knew, and it was on, let's put it there. Cuomo knew, and it was on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So whether Trump or not, you know what I'm saying, Trump's in on it or not, they pushed on the people this bullshit. But they pushed on the people, but the treatment was already made. long before the pandemic. Same for the testing kits. That's why Cuomo said it was already here. So we know that the method was already being used. And that's a fact in point black. It was already being used. Then the only thing was left was to declare. The only thing that was left was to declare, you know what I'm saying, was three things. The only thing left to do, to lock it in, was three things. One, declare the whole situation after all the trickery went on and Coleman this and that and the third and all of that, you know what I'm saying, to declare it a pandemic down the line. Two, put restrictions in place that restrict the people completely out of their mind and scare the crap out of them with fear that if they don't do what they say, we will send the military in and we will force you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Three, then the mandates, you know what I'm saying, the mandates was put in place to gain full control over, our country. That's a fact. Now because, you know what I'm saying, now we know because it was already used, you know what I'm saying, before we knew it. So we see how Cuomo came up with those bodies, with the body count. It was already being used, or they used some other method in order to give a fake body count that scared the people into jumping for this bull and the restrictions and his harsh behavior as well. Same as we see with Kathy Hochul and what she's doing right now and constantly putting people under mandates that the people have to rise up and fight for their right against overreach of government that is unwarranted and not constitutional in any shape or form. They are either sliding by Congress and pushing this, because I saw where she reinstated that as a governor. Governor DeSantis didn't do that. Governor DeSantis is a protege in the protection of a governor truly protecting his state. Kathy Hochul is a sellout. She's a demon Democrat. You check? And she's on the tape, been on the tape, and that's why when Cuomo got bumped out, she came with the same garbage, just like Bill de Blasio. All three of them are in bed, along with the rest of the demon Democrats, the fraternal orders, and all these different groups of society people, stars, movie stars, all that TV star, rapper, all of them in one group, being paid by outside firm. That's why Biden chose to jump up today on the news I saw where he's going to set out a bill for corruption on actors and different people and rappers and stuff. But what goes around comes around, because he know full well that we know full well that's what's been going on. You've been being paid by outsiders to sell America out, and you fucking did it, and now you want to jam it at us so we don't find out, and by the time the people do find out, they trigger whatever's in them, and it sets it off to the point where they just go completely out of their mind, and we turn into a whole zombie apocalypse. And then they release, as a second measure, under the Detroit airports and different airports, those canisters that have been sitting there for years where nobody seems to know anything about it, but Sergeant Slaughter was on the rise. And then they have an underground to say where they spent so much money and took so long under that airport, they went over 3 times, 4 times of the budget. And the Trojan horse is still there that they say fell on the man and killed the man when he was building it, the author of that. So we know full well what we see. And that's probably their contingency plan to set this shit in case they don't get it. That's why they constantly come saying, come on. That's what Biden was saying, come on, people, come on. Take it back. Take the treatment. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Take it back. All that garbage. Now, we know why. And they have a contingency plan to cover it behind, because they do not want to be caught for their pedophilia, rape, destruction of Egypt and different places and lands and taking over, and all people know all that shit is a garbage. You know what I'm saying? Even down to their Christmas, I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's garbage. All they never had, all they did was take, rob, steal, kill, murder, pedophilia, all kinds of nastiness across planet Earth. As you can see in South Africa, now they're asking for in South Africa, they want to do the same mandates over there. So African people have to wake up and get their mind together and start to fight against this corruption of a global connection that we see with these beasts. You know what I'm saying? If you keep on playing around, they will deplete you from the land and they will take it completely over, because like General said, he said, if you cut the bread basket off, they are finished. But as long as we have these young kids growing up and their mentality is solely even on some Jesus Christ, and got white people all on their churches in Africa and believe in that garbage, you are in trouble. So you better get on a dime and get with us over here and make our global connection to Africa, so we can stand and fight, a true fight of the saying, live free or die trying. So this is Point Black saying, Rah, Steve, Wah. One. Farewell, my friends. We will